If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Wehner, deep left. Look at this. Steve. Oh, my God. He's done it. David Wehner. Unbelievable. It is unbelievable. He's done it in his home ballpark. John Wehner.
That's not the Rock stuff. That's Rocky stuff.
That is unbelievable.
The great John Wehner joins us now, brought to you by Allegiant Federal Credit Union. Shape your future. Visit AllegiantFCU.org. And he's brought to us by Gutter Helmet. Say goodbye to gutter cleaning forever. Gutter Helmet by Lednor Home Solutions, 888-5-HELMET. Good morning, John. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right, man. I thought the Pirates, after scoring 10 runs on Saturday in the Skeens debut game and then 8 runs against Milwaukee in game 1 of that series, I thought the bats were coming alive. And then last night they strike out 13 times, 16 out of the final 17 guys are retired. And I'm left scratching my head again as they walk away with just 3 hits. So where are we right now on the Pirates offense, John?
Very inconsistent, and not enough out of them. It's nice to see the long ball. I mean, that's shown up here in the last 4 or 5 games. So, I mean, if you can't string hits together, if you're held to 3 hits in a game, at least 2 of them are homers, and you score 3 runs. But obviously, it's not enough. They need more offense. They need the offense to be a little more consistent, and it goes up and down the lineup, really. You know, it was nice to see Reynolds break out. Hopefully he's on the right track. McCutcheon's been swinging the bat pretty good. He got robbed again last night. It's kind of crazy, some of the hard hit balls he's had and right at guys. But, you know, there are some guys that are starting to trend in the right direction, like Andrew McCutcheon. Obviously, Cruz is swinging it good. Reynolds is starting to swing it. Connor continues to swing it. Nice to see Jack go deep the other night. Certainly need more from him. Gonzalez, you know, I think the more he settles in, the more opportunity. Hopefully he shows, you know, his talents too. But, yeah, it's just not enough. We need more guys contributing, and we need a little more consistency.
Jack Sawinski's the one guy. I mean, he's hitting 172 now. He did hit the homer the other night that, you know, I almost don't care if he's not hitting. I need him in my lineup every night because I need him to eventually hit. Like, I don't view him the same way I do Rowdy Tellez. I would keep riding this Connor Joe thing for as long as I can. So I wanted to ask you this, John. So you've got McCutcheon. The results aren't matching the swings. I think everybody's eye test, like you said, is showing you that. Reynolds, Cruz, Joe, Sawinski, and then Nick Gonzalez. I would have that be my top 6 in the order for like the next 2 weeks and just see if that consistency would help things. Do you think that's something they should try?
Yeah, it sounds good. What you just said right there sounds like a legit lineup that should produce more runs. No question about it. You know, Jack is a head scratcher for me because this guy probably is in the cage and taking more swings than anybody, and maybe that's part of it. Maybe he needs to do a little less because, you know, he has so many peaks and valleys. Lefty today, lefty tomorrow. Don't know if you know, if Jack will make the starting lineup against a couple of lefties. My guess is he won't. But, you know, against the right-handed lineup, although Jack's actually hung in there pretty better this year against lefties than we've seen in the past. But, you know, you also got some guys you want to get in there, Olivares in particular. You know, it'll be. I don't think he's going to play much against lefties, period. But still, you know, whoever you throw out there, this is the major leagues. You know, this is. I mean, we're a quarter of the season into it right now, and the guys that have a track record, sure, you give them a little more leash. The guys without a track record, I don't know. The ones who have options, maybe, you know, you get them going again by sending them down to AAA, which seems like, I don't know what's going on down there, by the way, like how everybody hits 350 to 400 in AAA. Even the pitchers that were here go down there and they get hit. I don't understand. You know, we've had guys like Ryder Ryan and Jose Hernandez who've done pretty good up here. They go down to AAA, they get whacked around. I don't know what's going on. It's so weird. But back to the point, Yeah, I think we're at the point right now where the pitching's really good, to the point where every time you look at the pitching matchup, you think, oh, we got a chance today. Well, we got to score. We got to score runs to support this starting staff.
John Wehner joining us here on the Fan Morning Show. Doran is off. He'll be back with us on Monday. John, speaking of the pitching, so you got this 6-man rotation going right now, and I'm kind of caught in between on this, man, because I understand you would like to give Skeens and Jones in particular rest, and that way you're not butting up against some sort of innings limit later on in the year. But that being said, I'd rather you have Skeens and Jones and Keller take up 60% of the rotation than 50% of the rotation. I feel like they kind of neuter themselves a little bit. Your thoughts on a 6-man rotation?
I don't love it. I could see why they're doing it. I understand it, especially because of what you just said. I hope it's over with after this week when we start working in days off. Obviously, there's a day off Monday. I know we got more days off at the end of May.
Three in May, John, yeah.
So hopefully that's over with. And here's why: the bullpen. I mean, the way they use bullpens, guys. Unless you're just going to have a continuous carousel and keep bringing guys up from AAA and sending guys down, which we see that from time to time. But the 6-man bullpen, I don't know if it works. You look at 2 nights ago, Keller gets hit in the leg. All right, if that's in the knee and he has to come out, your bullpen's done. You're done for the rest of the week, unless you're calling guys up. And so then last night, Priester, he gives up, the 6 hits in the second, he gives up 4 runs. Same thing. What if he starts walking guys and he throws 35 pitches in it? Your bullpen's done. I don't know if Chapman's okay to throw with the fingernail thing. Half of those guys down there, at least 4 of them aren't going to throw more than 1 inning. So I worry about that. I think there's even more pressure. We talk about the offense not scoring for the rotation. Now all of a sudden, the rotation, they probably all feel they got to go 6 or more innings just so you're not into that bullpen too early. So that's part of it for me. But I get it. I get the whole the limiting the innings and pitches and such for Skeens and Jones. But in the same sense, with the days off, I'm hoping they just go back to 5.
I'd be remiss, John, if I didn't ask you about Skeens, because when you were on last Wednesday, we were all hoping, we had our fingers crossed that we would see Skeens, and now we have a performance to react to. So what did you take away from Paul's first start?
It was awesome. The whole environment was awesome. It just loved it. The anticipation, the crowd, them gathering around the bullpen, just everything about it. And then to come out and see him throw. And you knew the velocity was there. His command, especially the fastball, wasn't like I've seen. I'm guessing that's going to get better. But man, his breaking balls, I couldn't believe the sharpness in that blinker. I was more impressed with everything but his fastball. I mean, he's here because of the 102, and everybody talks about it as the 102, but that was his 5th best pitch that day. So that goes to show you how good this guy's going to be once he starts commanding his fastball, which he will. But that was nasty. I mean, nasty stuff. Great environment. And then it got embarrassing, quite frankly. And we don't need to get into all that. But as far as watching Skeen and seeing Skeens, that was, man, that I look forward to. Everybody should look forward to seeing him every 6 days.
Yeah, right, exactly. And we'll see him on Friday against the Cubs. We always look forward to talking to you, Rock. Thank you for jumping on. We'll do it again on Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure. You guys you have a good week. You're going at it alone.
I am, and I'm exhausted, but I'm not digging ditches, John.
Okay, good. Hey, so I don't know. I saw Starkey and Paul the other day at the golf course. They were coming on as I was leaving. I was thinking to myself, Paul's with him every day, but yet is Starkey ever alone on his show?
They're working on something with those two, and I didn't know how that would all sound. I think that show is as entertaining as it gets, man. Those two are like the odd couple, but it's perfect.
I agree. I like it a lot, but I never, ever, you're on alone today. I've never heard Starkey on alone, but it's the Joe Starkey show. I'm just curious.
He'd probably do a 3-hour opening segment, John, I think is the concern there.
Okay. All right. I just want the other guy to get some props. It's not going to be the Crowley show if Dorn's on there every day, is it?
Definitely not. No, it would be the Doran show before it was the Crowley show. Thank you, buddy.
I was just messing. All right, see ya.
That's John Wehner. We love The Rock. He's the best. He talked about the six-man rotation. He doesn't like it. I advocated for it. I pounded the table. Get Skeens up here. If it takes going to a six-man rotation, well, dag-nabbit, do it. I don't think it makes sense right now upon further review. It might in the near future, though.